in your opinion, does the Philadelphia radio scene support hip hop artists well enough out there?
Um, yeah, and
Because
that
Philly
no,
has always been
it's
known for
it's like
spitters.
it's yeah, but it's a lot of it's politics in it too. Like you know what I mean. And if you cutting that check, yeah, you'll get spins. If you know somebody, you're getting them spins. You know what I'm saying? But that's all it comes down to is how much you willing to spend. If you're really willing to make a major sacrifice and really just with the hip hop scene, you make taking a major risk too because there's no guarantee that you can win. You know what I mean? Just paying for a bunch of spins, a bunch of bloggers and try to get the streams and all that stuff. Get
Right.
on different platforms. But I mean, feel it. Everybody's in business. Everybody's here to do what they got to do to pay their bills. So what I mean? I feel as though under business and negotiations and yeah, I mean, the Philly radio scene does support its artists. So, what I mean? Now, I feel as though they should support, those that can't pay this based on, oh, I like this person's record. You know what I mean? He got this project out, man. I'm gonna throw him a spin, regardless if he paid me or he knew somebody that knew somebody. You know what I mean? But that's how the game goes. Like it's all about who you know. You know what I'm saying? And try to work your angles, trying to get your music heard,
I think the modern radio setup being corporate, it kind of it's more of a private venture now for these corporations. So they're in bed with a lot of these labels. That's why they played for the last 20 or so years, they've been consistently playing like the hot 8 songs in rotation, and they might pepper in a couple of new songs here and there. So the new version of radio would necessarily be it would more or less be contrived. It's all fabricated now. So the alternative would probably be like playlists, being on Spotify, being on iTunes, being, you know what I'm saying, making a playlist, being a part of a playlist, or having somebody curate a playlist. But I think the real money grab is having somebody who has a reputation to curate a playlist that'll feature your song on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I forgot the guy's name. He was a college kid. He started a playlist on Spotify and it caught on amongst a bunch of people in his university, and they spread it and they shared it. And Spotify took that and ran with it. This is before Spotify really popped off with the bread, and it became Rap Caviar.
Oh, wow. That's decent. Right.
But they never cut him the check for what he curated. They just took what he created and made a brand out of it. So now artists are like thirsty to get their songs, because Rap Caviar is an ever evolving playlist. Songs make it, songs get dropped off of it. And that's pretty much where a lot of artists are making their breaks at, where like new artists are really shining because of that. And alternative to that would be SoundCloud, where SoundCloud is where fans are just discovering new music. You know what I'm saying? And they're sharing those links, and that's where you get your XXX Tentaciones and all of those young guys, Lil Uzi, blowing up on there because the fans are making those decisions. And but because streaming is, because we're in the Wild West right now when it comes to like music distribution. Like a lot of labels are really trying to buy stock in some of these streaming services because they know that they don't have any more leverage when it comes to artists being hot no more. Now you can literally control the trajectory of your career in this music game by just strictly being consistent, having a strong network game. Labels need you to be available to them with the already established fan base.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why these streaming services matter to them. That's why these record labels are trying to buy into these streaming services so they can get like the first look at who's hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, because if like let's say Def Jam, Universal is bought into, they spent their money and they bought into SoundCloud. Well, guess what? They know already based on the algorithm who's hot. All they got to do is just contact you directly. hit you in the inbox or
Yeah.
contact your people. You know what I'm saying? Versus having an intern or A&R scour through their whole, through those playlists and figure out what people are listening to. So it's a dirty game.
Yeah. Like